What's poppin', world? I hope all is well. Thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, go ahead and click that bell so you get notification every time I go live and anytime I post a video. And if any moment during this video you like what you're hearing, go ahead and hit that like button so we can get to the algorithm and more people can see this content. Let's get into this. Today, we're going to review a clip. Dr. Umar Johnson was on Lil Yachty's show / podcast, and they were discussing several topics. I took a clip out of Dr. Umar Johnson being asked if he was married and what he's looking for in a woman, so on and so forth. We're going to watch this clip, and I'm going to break this all the way down. Let's get into this.
Makes a lot of sense. Are you still married?
I've never been married.
Oh, you didn't marry? I thought you got married to
No, sir. That was the fashion show wedding scene at the Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy festival. So we had a festival in 21, a festival in 22. We didn't have one last summer because I don't want no more festivals till my damn school ready. You feel me? That was a wedding scene. It was a fashion show.
Okay.
And at the end of the fashion show, I get married to two beautiful queens. Because that would mean I got married 2 years in a row, which means I would have 4 wives, and I'm sure Homeland Security be knocking at my door for bigamy.
That's fair.
Nah. I'm going to have 2 queens, though, but I haven't chosen them yet.
There you go.
And it's hard. You know why? Because having these conversations with Lil Yachty in the Breakfast Club, I get put in the celebrity box.
Yeah.
Which is okay because it spreads the message, right? But the downside is when I meet sisters, they think they're looking at an entertainer, not an activist, Pan-Africanist psychologist. Mm-hmm. You see that? So I need a sister who got that Coretta Scott King energy, that Betty Shabazz energy, that Anna Douglas energy, that Amy Garvey energy. They think I'm just looking for a pretty thing to be on my arm. No, sister.
I got a question. What do you think about our young women just doing body modifications to themselves, like some type of surgical?
Spiritually and culturally, it is an offense against God.
To get a BBL?
It is an offense against God to desecrate your temple in any way. When you hear Dr. Ifa Tunde, when you hear Big Papa say, I want a BBL, I'm talking about a big blueberry lemonade. Oh, yes.
Tattoos?
Tattoo is not as bad if you ain't got 1 million of them. But
All right, guys. So you saw that, you heard that. A little bit to unpack, not a whole lot, right? So, for one, he said he was never married, right? He's never been married. Regardless of what people think, he said he's never been married, right? Moving on. He said that he is going to have 2 queens. He's going to find 2 wives, right? He is going to find 2 wives. But he says the problem with that is, or the problem with him kind of moving around, he said like when he does these interviews like with Lil Yachty and the Breakfast Club and some of these other interviews he's doing, he says that the women look at him as a celebrity. He said it's not bad because you get the word out, but he's saying on the other hand it is bad because they think that he's looking for basically a trophy wife, right? Someone who's just gonna look good on his arm, right? But he's looking for someone with that Coretta Scott King energy. Basically looking for a woman who's ready to go to war with him as he is acting as an activist, right? He's looking for a woman who's willing to go, or 2 women who's looking to go to war with him, right? He's looking for 2 women who's looking to go to war with him. Now, here's the thing. Let me break it down, right? Now, Dr. Umar Johnson is currently 49 years old, right? He's 49 years old. And, he does a lot of interviews. He speaks on a lot of things. He's fighting for black people. He's fighting for black people. He thinks that, intertwining with other races is okay only for certain things, but not in many other aspects. I'll just break it down by saying that, right? Here's the thing. It is hard to find one good black wife, right? It's hard to find one good black wife. He's saying he's going to find two, right? Now, at the age of 49, I find it hard to believe that he is truly looking for that. A man of his, let's just say, status. I find it very hard to believe. Now, he could be, but what ain't right is, are there not many good sisters out here who are worthy of being wives in his eyes, right? Are these women just non-existent? Is he really trying, or what picture is he really painting out here? Because I would argue that sounds like an excuse. He's saying that when he, I guess, gets with these women, or these women in general, he's saying that they just want to be a trophy wife on his arm. Kind of insinuating that they don't really take him seriously. Right? They don't take what he does seriously. They're not willing and ready to fight with him, fight this battle with him, right? That's the vibe that I'm getting. That's the vibe that I'm getting from him when he says that. And I'm not necessarily here to knock him, right? I mean, hey, it is what it is. Hey, finding a wife can be a challenge. Who knows? I done had 3 of them. So would you say it's hard? It's easy? I don't know. How would you break that down? But he's saying, at the age of 49, now I'm 35. I find him like it ain't nothing. No problem. I ain't got no problem getting him. But at 49, he's never married. He's looking for someone to really lock arms with him and be willing to go to war with him as he acts as an activist. That's interesting. I'll say this. If he wants to lead by example, if he really, really cares about the community, I think that is vital and it's important that he does bond with a woman. I think that's very important because you want these young men and women to see the importance of bonding with the opposite sex in building strong families, right? It is very important that you teach the youth to build strong families. That is very important if you're trying to raise up the black community. You're trying to build the black community. It's very important that you teach these young men and women how important it is to build stronger families by bonding with each other. But if you're running around here as a single man trying to build up a community, I mean, what example are you leaving? If you never married, never this, never that, and then you come out and say, I'm looking for 2 queens, which is not really realistic for most men. So, I mean, what example, again, are you leaving, right? If you're moving this way and you're trying to build a community, but you're a single man and you've been single, you never married, and again, I promise you I'm not trying to knock them. I'm just trying to make sense of what's going on. I promise you I'm not trying to knock them. I don't hate them, nothing like that. Seem like a cool guy. But what sense does that make? What sense does that make? Is it true? Is it BS? I mean, he says he's looking for 2. He has never had 1. And that's his excuse, that he's looking for one that's not just trying to be a trophy wife. She's a Coretta Scott King type of woman, and she's going to be ready to go to war with him. That's what he needs by his side. It's just hard for me because I know the importance as a man of God. I know the importance of men and women bonding together because that's how God intended for it to be. Right? Genesis 2:18. No man should be alone. He created a woman to be a man's suitable helper. He said no man should be alone. So it's hard when I see these guys trying to lead the community and do this and do that, and they cannot even find a wife or bond with a woman. And when I say find a wife, I don't even mean, it doesn't even have to be in a legal sense. It can be in a spiritual sense. But these men A lot of men that's not even appearing with a woman. But you're trying to build a strong community and build strong families. How you gonna do that? That don't even make sense, guys. Think about it. Think about it. What do you guys think about this? He says what he's looking for. And I done said it 3 or 4 times by now. And he's saying he's gonna find 2 women. 2, not 1, but 2. What example is he leaving to the youth by saying that? What example is he leaving? Do you guys believe this? Now, I'm not here to knock him. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just pointing something out to you guys. Do you guys believe him? Is this real? But a lot of guys, they try to live this same way. I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. And these guys are very successful. But they just talking. They're not really leading by example. When you look at their life, they are not leading by example. I push men and women to get married. Find a man or the woman who's for you. Right? Go down that checklist. Right? Open your Bible. What does a husband look like? What does a wife look like? Right? Find someone who has genuine desire for you. Find a woman who's willing to follow your lead. Women, find a man whose lead you can follow. Find a man you're into. Find a woman you're into. Right? Build a life together. But is he just talking or what? A lot of guys is moving like this these days. I'm here to lead by example myself. Come on, man. We gotta do something. But what do you guys think about what he's saying? Is he just talking, or is he really trying to make this happen in his real life? Is he really trying to build the community? Is he leading by example the right way, guys? What do you think? What do you guys think? Is what he's saying even possible? Is it realistic? What do you guys think? I don't know, guys. I think it's a bunch of hogwash, and I think it's a bunch of excuses. That's what I think. But let me know what you guys think. That's all I got for this video. Like this video, share this video, leave a comment in the comment section. I can be way off on this one. And again, subscribe to the YouTube, Speech to Beast. And remember, guys and ladies, keep God first. As it says on the wall, as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord. Joshua 24:15. I love you all. Be blessed.